Did y'all know that the Dodge Ram has a whiskey glass holder? They probably come with whiskey holders because they know that being a Dodge owner is going to drive you to drink. Son of a bitch. Did y'all know that the Dodge Ram has a whiskey glass holder? How about that? Cool. Well, so today we went ahead and went re-up on propane. We had a cold snap last week, and it got a little chilly in the morning, so we were running the furnace to get the chill out of the coach, and already had one bottle that was empty, and the other started to get a little low between, you know, furnace and cooking, because the stove is all gas. So, you know, when you combine using the stove and the furnace together, it can go through some propane over a series of weeks. So went ahead and went to Tractor Supply for $1.99 a gallon. You can't beat it. $1.99 a gallon. Got some 60 pounds of propane. Well, let's hook it up. Let me ask you this. What kind of asshole trades in a truck and takes the cleats, the freaking, look, who does that? Who takes the cargo cleats? Just removes them. What kind of shit is that? So what you see is it's probably easier to see over here. I don't know, I took the super view off this thing, so I don't know what it's looking like, but I figure since I'm walking around with a chesty rig that it'd work out better if I took super view off. But anyways, you see, these are the holes right here where the cargo tie downs were, man. And the son of a bitch that traded the truck in apparently just removed them from all four corners. I don't have a single one. So, I don't know, but yeah. Ah, that's good. Isn't that something else? Whiskey holder. Outstanding. They probably come with whiskey holders because they know that being a Dodge owner is going to drive you to drink. Son of a bitch. Oh, shit. Thing's heavy, yo. Okay. So the way this works is you have dual hookups, right? And a valve here. I'll show you that in a second. Okay. Just want to kind of center that up as best you can. Make sure it's good and level. About like that. Pull your cover there. Scoop this one out of the way. Well, here you do this like this. Lift this up. Ooh. There. There we go. Okay. Now. Okay. There we go. Just spin this booger down here, this big ass wing nut, and it secures your tanks, you know, for if like you're going to transport them or whatever. You know, if you're going to move the camper, you want these tanks to be good and secure. So just keep that centered up like that. Get it good and tight. That'll work. Okay, so the way this works is you have both tanks hooked up all the time, right? And you have two choices. Okay, you can keep this in the middle, which will allow it to draw from both tanks at the same time. Advantages to that is you don't have to mess with the setup for a long while, right? Because it's drawing off two 30-pounders at once. So, you know, theoretically, like I said, you can go a long time without having to mess with the setup. But the disadvantage of that is that you don't know when your stuff's going to run out, right? So the alternative is you start out either on the left side, keep this one closed, crack this one, right? Stay on the left side, or alternatively, you can start on the right side. So I prefer to do one tank at a time. And we also have a 20-pounder that is backup on the other side. I just kind of keep it on reserve just in case. All right, so let's start with the right side. Left side will stay closed, right side will crack fully open, and in that window it should turn green. All right, so that's that. Oh, let's see. Okay, so now we're gonna empty tanks. I do this once a week. I do let all tanks fill because I saw a video one time where this RV maintenance expert talks about how you want the inside of the tanks to always be somewhat wet. It prevents internal dry rot and things like that. So some people will tell you, you'll be fine. You can just leave them open all the time. Well, what that does is it allows all the stuff to just create a very thin little stream down the middle bottom of that tank to where it never fills it up and gets the inside wet. So I don't know, I could be full of shit, but that's just what I've been not told, but just kind of what I heard with some YouTube advice. Anyways, it's pretty simple. You got poo, you got sink and shower, and in our case also washing machine. So the idea here is what you want to do is let the poo out, and then you have poo in your lines, right? And then you want to clean the poo out by opening the gray tank and letting that cleaner water flush out the poo line. When it comes to me, you know, I've got down here, I've got tank flush valves. All right, so let's start by emptying the poo. Okay. Oh yeah, look at that. That's some half click up special right there. That's the good stuff, guys. That's the good stuff. And chocolate milk, yeah? That's what it looks like. Chocolate milk with pieces. Right on. Pieces of what? Kernel corn. The way this works is you empty the poo, okay? We'll turn off the water. You want to have a separate hose just for flushing your tank. Reason being is you don't want to mix black water and drinking water whatsoever. Bad juju. You do that, you're going to have a bad time. So you unhook your freshwater supply. You grab your flushing hose. Where were we? All right, so shut off the water. Now we're going to close the black water. Okay, and we're going to start a timer for 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Turn on the water. So I have 5 tanks, total of 120 gallons. Each one is 20 gallons. And so I did the math once upon a time, and I think you can run water into a 20-gallon tank for 5 minutes at an average flow rate of like 60 psi or some shit, and it'll, for the most part, fill the tank. So to be on the safe side, I always run it for 4 minutes and 30 seconds. There. So now we have our countdown, and it is filling the black tank with water. And the idea of that is that it will get all the interesting things off of the inner walls to where they're floating. And then when you pull the valve, the sudden rush of water and gravity together down the outlet will pull all that extra stuff with it. So what we do now is we sip whiskey while we wait. All right, so one thing you can do while one black tank is filling with water is you can empty the other black tank. See, because it runs on a separate line anyways, right? So just get up underneath here, pull that handle. Oh, there she goes. Yeah. See how it's got that green color? And that's because that's mostly the blue juice, the chemical treatment, because that is the second bathroom, and that toilet doesn't get used nearly as much as ours, so it's more obviously chemically treated because of that. Come back to the valve, pull her open. Alright, so now you'll see the water looks a whole lot cleaner, right? Now, with this big flush operation like this, every now and again you'll see stuff come, right? Because the flush really cleans out that tank, so you might see extra pieces of tissue and what have you. Yep, so what I typically do is I flush each tank twice, just for safe measure. So close that back and let that booger fill up again. That's the second tank flush. I've already turned off the water. Now we can disconnect the flush hose from the flush valve and come on to the back one. Now remember, the rear black tank valve is already open, so all we have to do is hook up to it. Turn on your water, start your timer. Of course, once you close the black valve, after you're done flushing it, you open the gray tank. Here comes the sink and shower and washing machine water. A lot cleaner stuff, right? It's kind of soapy. Alright, timer went off. Rear black tank is now full. And we'll pull that valve. Oh, off she goes. So, first thing you want to do before continuing on to the other gray tanks is you want to give the family water, right? You want to get the water back to them. So, as soon as possible, reconnect the water supply and fire her up. There you go. Oh. And then you can coil this bad boy back up and tuck that back in there where it will wait until next week. Okay, now we can come down here. Oh, squeeze in. Oh, get down. And we will empty sink first. Alright, that's the sink water in the kitchen. As soon as the sink water in the kitchen is done, we'll open the kids' bathroom tank. Oh, for sink and tub. All right, there's the gray water from the sink in the kitchen. You think poo stinks, man? You don't ever want to be exposed to raw gray water from a kitchen sink. It's like a mixture between poo-poo and dead animal carcass rotting in the Arizona sun, in the middle of the desert with yeah. Alright, so let's close the rear black. That shut up. Oh, squeeze in. Yep. Close the kitchen sink valve. Open the second bathroom gray water valve. Here she comes. Now this one is purely tub water and sink water from the kids' bathroom. Oh. Well, that's about it, y'all. All valves have been closed, all tanks have been flushed. Just got to dump the blue juice down in the turlets and call her a day. Yep. Living like a lark in the trailer park. Hey, we stained the deck. Y'all like it? Right on. I think I'll grill some steaks.